One, two, three.
Hi, I'm George Latimer. I grew up here in Mount Vernon 63 years ago. South Side boy, lived on South 3rd Avenue, and then for a much longer period of time on South 14th Avenue. I'm a graduate of Grimes Elementary School. The school that we know as Thornton now was, in my day, Washington Junior High School. And then I went on to Mount Vernon High School, where I graduated in 1970. While I lived here in Mount Vernon, I lived in a couple of other places outside of my parents' house. Just a few blocks from here, there's an apartment building at 131 East Prospect, just down the block. I was a tenant leader of that building back in the late 1970s, and I lived on Overlook Street, right up next to A.B. Davis School. While I was here, I was a manager in Little League Baseball. I was active in some of the churches that I worshiped in, St. Mary's Church on the west side, and originally at Sacred Heart, which is now closed. And active in the community in a lot of ways to be involved in the happenings and the comings and goings. Mount Vernon was a wonderful community to grow up in. You met people of all different backgrounds. You had white folks and you had black folks. You had people who were Jewish and people who were Catholic and what have you. And it was a community of working class people. You have folks in every field of endeavor that worked. My mom and dad worked with their hands. My mom worked in factories down on McQuestion Parkway on South Street. My dad was a maintenance man. He worked up in Mamaroneck at Beach Point Club. And every morning he'd get up from our home in South 14th Avenue, drive all the way up to Mamaroneck, work a long day, sometimes go back up at night, sometimes go back on the weekends. And I always respected what they did all those years. I've been in public office for a number of years. I'm running for county executive now. But those memories aren't gone from me. It isn't something I put in the past and forgotten about. I think about it every day because you really don't look for people in Bronxville who need government. You don't really look for people in Armonk that need government. They're doing very well on their talent and their skill. But here in Mount Vernon, you need a functioning county government. You can't write people off. You can't say, well, there's nothing we can do to help them. You've got to be focused on their needs. And right here, down here on Prospect, where you've got buses that come and go, Westchester County runs this bus system. Whether this bus system has enough buses, whether the buses are clean, and whether they're on time, all those different issues, that's the county government's responsibility. Just like we have a responsibility to maintain Wilson Woods Pool and Park here in Mount Vernon. Just like we have a responsibility for the sewer system. Nothing you want to talk about before lunch, but certainly something that everybody needs for their value of their homes. So I think it's important, and that's why I'm running for county executive, to try to take what I remember from growing up in Mount Vernon, attach it to the business and the government experience I've had, and try to make it work, not for me personally, but for the people who, well, like my mom and dad, are living in that house on South 14th Avenue now. They want to raise their kids, they want a good life for their kids, and that's what I want for them too. I'm George Latimer. I hope you give me good consideration this year for county executive.